Assalamu alaikum and a very Eid Mubarak to every Pakistani that is watching. Of course, it's a festive occasion throughout the country and a very Eid Mubarak to all over the Muslim Ummah celebrating around the world. We know it's all smiles all over, and with this special Eid transmission joining you, I'm Rafae Iqbal.
And I'm Mahrukh Hameed. Thank you so much for being with us and a very warm Eid Mubarak to you all.
And of course, we have wonderful ladies in the studios with us that will be talking about the Eid celebrations. Of course, we have former AJK Minister Farzana Yaqub with us. Along with that, we've been joined by Afshan Bajwa, who is the CEO of Human Capital Development. And we've also been joined by PTV World's own anchor person Azha. Thank you all, ladies, for your time, being part of the conversation. And of course, a very Eid Mubarak to all of you.
So, thank you very much, Eid Mubarak.
Starting off with Ms. Farzana, of course, we know this Eid, it's a meaty Eid as we know, and when we talk about the Eid spirit, it's a day when we give back to the people, and it's a day that it gives us a reminder of how we need to put our own desires, our own needs aside and sacrifice in the way of Allah. Considering that, of course, your message to the Pakistani nation first with regards to Eid al-Azha.
I think this Eid is extra special because of how Pakistan has won against India. So the celebrations are 100-folds more than the previous time. Within Kashmir particularly, we are really happy about, receiving back that we have been giving to the world, which is, our consistent messaging that we are being ill-treated. And so this Eid is, of course, an Eid of sacrifice, of sharing all that you have with everyone around you. So it is also a moment where we should look within, that although we have succeeded, Alhamdulillah, we have put our greatest enemy, India, on back feet. But we should be very careful of what we do from henceforth. And we should be very careful about how we plan to take this success forward. And this Eid, for that very reason, is very special as well, because we have to take care of everyone. Well, so Eid Mubarak to everyone.
Definitely, and of course, how we're seeing the sentiments in the Pakistani nation, of course, a very proud and brave nation already, and even more proud at the moment considering the response that we gave to the Indian side. Ms. Afshan Bajwa, coming towards you with the Eid celebration.
How are you also, of course, as a nation, we're all, like I think Farzana said, we're all extremely happy at this time. We're also, enjoying the whole air of victory at this time. How is this Eid more festive?
I think I agree with Farzana that this is a very, very special Eid. And first of all, Eid Mubarak to all the Muslim Ummah all over the globe. And this is special because we recently, showed a remarkable expression and, the true spirit and the true nation's patriotism and what our Pakistan army, established an image all over the world. And what I like most is that the other day I was just watching TV and all the pilgrimages in the Kaaba, and everybody was greeting, Pakistanis just because of this recent victory. So everybody is very happy, in festive mood, and this Eid has reinforced, all the energy, all the patriotism, all the, zeal in Pakistanis, and they're just doing everything with a renewed energy. And what I like most is that, maybe Allah Ta'ala and luck is favoring us, be it any game, like Arshad Nadeem has won recently.
Yeah.
In cricket, we are just, doing good win-win situation. So, and then this Eid is not only for adults, but mostly it is for kids, because what they do is they love to go in the markets and to have these, goats and cows. And for them, it is even more special. So, Alhamdulillah, may Allah keep Pakistanis, making proud and making feeling happy like this. And we should keep, doing good things for everybody around us, for our country, and definitely for our families.
Definitely. Of course, Nazish, when we talk about this Eid, of course, a very festive Eid that we're seeing. There's a lot of proud sentiments that we see in the Pakistani nation at the moment. Considering all the festivity, how are your sentiments at the moment?
First of all, happy Eid Mubarak to you all. Thank you so much for
Eid
giving
Mubarak.
me the platform to talk about this Eid, because you know Eid is very special. It's special celebration. If it's like Choti Eid, if it is Badi Eid, Meethi Eid. Choti Eid is mostly for girls, but Badi Eid is also, you know. But this time, this May month was basically blessed for, you know, every Pakistani. With the Champions Trophy we concluded in last month, it has gained the viewership all around the world globally. Like it has marked a historic viewership, so that was a great achievement for Pakistan. And then after that, PSL, it went really well. Pakistan was brilliant, and the players, the foreigner players especially, after we fought in our Bunyad Marsoos, they came back. That was also, a victorious moment for us.
Yeah.
So I think the whole May month was very blessed, and we all celebrated every moment with joy. Now it's Eid, and I think now we are looking forward to become more powerful, or we can say that we see our future.
I think the best thing is that it's sort of, of course we've always been united, but it's sort of unified the nation in a way.
True that,
Like,
in
you
a
know,
lot of ways.
In a lot of, and I think that recently, with the recent past and all, I think it's been like a change of environment overall for Pakistan.
So we can see the Yakjehti now even more.
I think that's the right word.
Yeah.
Yakjehti is probably
And
the
of
right
course,
word.
with that, we can see this unity even going further on this
Yeah.
Eid, because there are going to be meaty dawats. And of course, I'd like your take on that, Mahrukh, with regards to the Qurbani. As we know, this is a sacrificial Eid. And me being myself, I consider myself a carnivore. I'm a meat-loving person. And Eid just doesn't start without having kaleji for breakfast. So I wanted to ask you, how did your Eid start? Because, it's Eid day and we're here with these wonderful ladies
No,
and
not
you
with
yourself.
kaleji, but certainly, we all enjoy the meat, but I think the women less so than the men. I think this is something that I'll ask Farzana also. Farzana, is it true? I think, or do you think that, it depends person to person? Because I'm not like I'm the more traditional egg kind of person for breakfast.
I know. I was going to say that, okay, like nashta has to be eggs,
Yeah.
and livers can join us anytime.
In the afternoon.
But there is a lot of tension on this Eid, I must say, because finding someone to sacrifice that animal is a
actually
lot
a
of
big deal.
pressure and stress, and to see someone else's animal has been sacrificed before your animal is just too much of pure pressure, particularly when you have a lot of children at home.
Exactly.
And so in our home, my father, he initiates the sacrifice, and then someone else will come and take care of the rest of cutting and the whole scene. But it is started by my father, and we also teach our children how to sacrifice, be it a goat or a lamb, or
Because it's not always like that, because a lot of the parents sort of shield their children from the sacrifice.
we're very, very nice,
how
happy
young?
people, and we just have to do that.
But how young? I mean, how young do you start your kids?
Well, they're not very young, so when I talk about my children, my son is 19, so
Oh.
So that's
like,
okay then.
so that's a good. No, but like 7, 8.
Okay. That's young.
It's fine, because what we've seen is that if we kind of keep our children away from that, so they become they kind
Scared.
of find it very scary. So that is why we come together, and even if my father or my brother or any of the youngsters is not sacrificing, but we do stand there to see how that is being done, because we don't leave it to someone else. We have to see how it is being done.
Yes.
Takbir is being performed properly, and whether because there's so much that needs to be arranged.
Yeah.
The knife has to be really sharp. The animal has to have had food and water, and that brings us to what you already said, that that excitement of children taking their animals and walking around, and there's a whole fashion show. There are these catwalks of animals and children walking and showing off. So it's a lot of fun. The food part and arranging meat is something that women end up doing. So I don't know about how happy we end at the end of the day we are.
But I usually take the responsibility of sorting out the meat in my
You do that?
home myself.
Oh
I
You're
let the
saying
women.
that just because you're the only male here, so you're just showing that
You can call my mother and ask her. I'm sure.
you better
Taking full credit, yes.
Yeah, I'm sure that's not
I try because I think personally women in the households they prepare meals.
I think they
for the
do
entire
much
family
more
throughout
than
the year.
let's-
And I think it's a day they deserve rest as well. And of course, men can carry out their barbecues and prepare food as well. It's easier that way.
So do you take care of the animal that is gonna be sacrificed before Eid?
Well, usually PTV keeps me occupied a lot to take care of the animal,
so
but
now the whole
I try my best when I go home at
It's on
night.
BTV, yeah, that's true. But I think before the Eid, you have to give time to your animal also, because you have to be connected with that animal. So that's why I asked that you do or not, but I'm sure you do not.
Well, then again, PTV, I have official responsibilities
very
here
good
as
thing
well.
going on to blame on.
He's gone, he's backtracked the statement now. That's it.
Yeah. So now
What
we
about
can
you,
see.
Absha? But do you think it's changed also? Because I just feel like over time it's changed also, no? The Eid and the way that it's... and also, I don't know, one shouldn't compare, but the two Eids are also very different.
Yeah. I think, in this contemporary era, all these Gen Zs, have a very different way of, I must say socialization.
Yeah.
Normally they are on their mobiles and too much introverts and too much, into their own personal activities. But Alhamdulillah, this Eid provides an opportunity and occasion where they are little bit, outwardly looking and just socialize and get connected. Particularly with the animals and then with their relatives, and then they definitely have a responsibility before Eid to have all this chara giving to animals, food, water, and they take them out. And what I have observed over a period of times that girls love them, they have a very soft heart, so they just don't want to do anything, but they start loving them so much that they start feeling bad that they'll be partying with us. But boys, I think it is something very special for them.
Yeah.
So if all the young boys in the families, everywhere you see, they spend most of their time, the young boys particularly, with the animals. And they give them water, they decorate them, they put mehndi on them, all ornaments they put on them. So this is an occasion where everybody is gathered. There are lots of barbecues, parties, and especially unlike Choti Eid, on this Eid, all the men and women are, complementing their work at home. They are supporting each other. Their men are busy with the, sacrifice and, cutting the meat, while women are preparing all the meals, and then in the evening the barbecue is again a shared activity. So it's lovely. And as far as this liver is concerned, everybody in our family, they wait for the liver. The sooner it comes, it is cooked very easily, it takes less time, and it's very nutritious also. So we love it, and we also love this kebabs, kache keeme ke kebab, these kebabs, and we love barbecue also. So Eid is a name of festivity, and particularly in the backdrop of this inflation, this Eid gives, everybody can have meat and they can enjoy, and this gives us make us feel very good that you are taking care of other people, distributing, meat, and you are cooking for them. And it's a festivity in the streets, in the villages. If you go out even for shopping, you will see everybody, is happy about it. So,
yeah. Nazish, when we talk about festivity and giving back to the people, of course, we know there's inflation in the country, and we also know there's a lot of underprivileged segments in the society as well. And on this day, we know it's a day when we distribute Eid to those who cannot eat it throughout the year. We also distribute it to our family and friends, and we also eat it ourselves. But a day when we give back to the society. What do you say about that?
Rafae, the way you said it, because it's religious, you know, we are bound to do that we have to sacrifice, and then we are supposed to distribute that to those who are underprivileged, or they are not, you know, honored to do that sacrifice on this special day. But in the recent past, we have seen that most of the people, you know, don't do that sacrifice just for the sake of, you know, the religious purpose. They just do it for the sake of doing it. So I have seen people doing it just for the sake of doing it. So I think people should know that even if you are doing it, you should keep that in your mind, that the intentions and the religious value of that sacrifice is what, you know, why we are doing that. So people should realize that. And the second thing which I want to tell to people, that you're not supposed to keep, you know, everything to yourself. Like, you are already so much privileged that you are you know, enjoying your Eid in a very good way. Some people are, you know, lacking in everything. They might not have good food on that day, they might not have, you know, new clothes on that day. So at least it is our responsibility to share our happiness with them on that special occasion. So this is my message, and this is, you know, because I've seen people not doing it in the, even people these days don't even go to their relatives' houses. They're just on their gadgets all the day, or some people, you know, are doing their Eid while sleeping. So it's not a sleeping day, it's not, you know, you're a public holiday. You should enjoy it because it's a tradition. We have seen that in the past, that people used to be very excited and happy about the Eid days, but now it's just another holiday for us. So you should know the value of this day.
True. Farzana, but you know, this something that Nazish said overall in terms of clothes also, because, you know, last Eid is more clothes oriented. I don't know, I was talking to a friend of mine who does clothes, and she said, you know, it's different. I said, why aren't you opening on Sundays? Usually you do before Eid. So she said this Eid is actually not so clothes driven, you know, it's more about families generally getting together and meat oriented and all that. Do you think that's true?
No, not at all.
For girls, it's not.
The whole year, 365 days is about clothes and women, particularly our festivities and functions. I have a daughter as well, and so she and her cousins and her friends, so we as mothers take them out and we do buy them clothes, because we want them to remember these festivities, these religious happy moments, which as rightly said, you know, people are stepping away from them. So as parents, we try to inculcate, or whatever that we've learned, we kind of take them along so that they can also enjoy. I just wanted to mention something, that you know, in this Eid, children get to take care of animals, and so they learn to take care of animals as well. As a nation, we are not very animal loving people. I have some pets, so we're like, you know, very into animals. So at least in this Eid, I see people are nice to animals, which is so important. And I hope that they can remember that, you know, it is not just these sacrificial animals that you have to be nice to, that need to be taken care of. All animals need to be taken care of, because I see so many times, you know, people kicking away dogs and, you know, giving them poison to kill them, doing the same with cats, and you know, whatever. We're really harsh with our animals as well, horses that are drawing carts. So a message to everyone, that please do remember that these are animals, they can't speak. Please treat them very nicely, because we owe it to them.
Well, definitely, and of course that's what our religion teaches us as well, to take care of those who cannot speak for themselves. Safsha, when we talk about this Eid, of course it's a meaty Eid, and you mentioned the nutritional values as well. But we know there's a lot of overeating done on this Eid as well, and you being the CEO of Human Capital Development and of course other joint ventures as well, what's your message to the people with regards to overeating and creating a balance with regards to the meat and the other nutrients that we need in our bodies?
I think this is one of the most important questions, particularly on this Eid al-Adha, that when we, see meat in front of us, we have no start, no middle, no ending. And we
I'm one of those people.
and we keep on eating and eating and eating, and it's mostly summer, time. And we have to be very cautious. We should not be eating with full stomach. We should always be having, some space in our stomach when we eat. And we should also be using green teas and clean water. And eating should be for, just like an aesthetic activity. It should not always be only eating.
Should be an aesthetic
So you should
activity.
enjoy eating
Yeah.
by making it, taste nice and look beautiful, but not the quantity.
Okay.
It should be the quality that should matter most,
I think
and
this is
less
very
in quality.
interesting. I think, Nazish, I'm going to take you up on what Afshana is saying. I think it's very interesting. She said it should be about aesthetic.
Yes.
Don't you think a lot
Nobody
of life is now about aesthetic?
That's so
You know,
true,
the
yeah.
pictures of the tables and the tableware, it's invariably about
Yeah,
how it
many
looks
people,
rather than how it
many
actually
people just go in complex when you see that we are just it's all for us, it's all about meat,
Yeah.
and people are actually getting ready, going out, although they are not, they're just showing that they are. Because
Yeah.
mostly it's the people I know that they put a lot of stories on their Instagrams or anywhere, but they are just home, they are doing nothing. But they'll get ready just to post some pictures. I actually know those people, and then they'll go directly into the bed. So that's not easy. Yeah, I actually know those
So
people.
good optics.
Yeah,
Good optics,
and they'll
aesthetic,
get
it's
up
very
and they'll
important.
just eat. They don't even do anything, So I don't think so. That's the sweetness of the Eid, because you should participate in those activities. It's like once a year or twice a year. So at least you should be energetic about these. Because when I remember when I was a kid, we used to be so happy about, especially the Choti Eid. We used to go out. We used to churiya, mehendiya and everything, but nowadays I think it's just to post pictures and aesthetics
Yeah.
to get more followers. Don't you agree
But
with
you know,
that?
I agree. I think it's true, but there's also a flip side, because I remember, I think last year that I wasn't here, I was traveling, and I remember feeling kind of, I was missing out. There's also that FOMO, but there's also like, a kind of relief, because there's no pressure. Like, I feel the pressure there's a very real pressure of Eid now. Because everything has to be a certain way. If you have people visiting, your
True.
table has to be, what is being, of course, even if you have help and, they're doing it, it's still, there's a lot of entertaining, there's a lot of, the clothes involved and what everyone is wearing, what the children have
And
to wear.
farshi shalwars,
Last
Last year was all about, last Eid.
got it in. He doesn't
Last
know
Eid
what
was
we are
about
talking
farshi.
Yeah,
I'm sure he also knows now.
Yeah, I do follow
I think-
social media.
Yeah, so you should know about the trends.
So I feel like it should be more about, like you said, about actually having fun than about how it looks.
Yeah. I think as far as big cities or maybe Islamabad is concerned, maybe mostly people would spend their time sleeping. But if you go to the periphery, to the village, to the other cities, so they have lots of activities, not only in their homes, but in their, vicinities around. There are melas, there is lots of, lots of games even, and so much is going on into those small towns and
Yeah.
village areas. There you enjoy a lot.
In fact, I think that we should bring that into cities also.
Yeah.
Definitely, there needs to be a more, inclusive
yeah.
social fabric.
And also for children, because then, like you said also, they end up sleeping, or they'll post a few pictures, and if you're entertaining, it's that also, but that kind of festiveness, that that old school kind of
Nostalgic.
Yeah,
feel.
we like that. Huh?
Yeah.
I think what another beauty of these Eid occasions is the meetup by cousins.
Yeah.
In our, in this era, normally nobody meets anybody.
Yeah,
Everybody is busy in their education and don't socialize. But on Eid, everybody, waits, all the girls and boys, that they will be meeting their cousins. So that is another beauty, I think, that which creates happy memories for them.
Let me ask you two, do you guys like meet and greet around on Eid day, or you guys end up sleeping also, but you guys are not telling us?
Rafae is going to first.
Well, I actually, it's a tradition that after offering the Eid Namaz, the first thing I do is go to all the relatives and pay my Eid regards to them. And after that, we do the sacrifices because most of them live nearby. So it's easier to just go to everybody's house and, you know, pay their respects. But of course, my breakfast does start with the liver. And
Okay.
yeah.
So you don't do breakfast before your namaz?
No, I wait for the breakfast till the
Okay, so
Qurbani
in our family, maybe we are Pathans or maybe was because, you know, all of them comes around and we do breakfast and then they go to namaz.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. So they
And
wake up 1 hour
after
earlier than
So
us.
it's very early then.
Yeah, it is very early.
I'm not an early riser, not
Like,
that of an
it's
early riser.
around 5:30
Oh
or 6
God.
maximum, yeah. So we do that.
How does your Eid
Yeah,
go?
Mahrukh, please.
Mahrukh?
And so mostly entertaining and all, and also for children, like, you know, and how to entertain them, and also, you know, like they can get a
So
little.
do you
treat.
make savaiya on Eid? No, she doesn't.
But I make sure that they are on the table.
That's a good deed.
And
yeah.
that there are a few desserts and there are options for everyone, and there is kaleji and there is also eggs for those who don't want the kaleji. Yeah.
Okay, so your Eid starts with just making sure everyone
everything
is ready and everything is ready.
Ajay,
Yes.
I just want to point out towards some maybe habits that this generation, they are not too much meat lovers. So that's what we should emphasize, particularly the parents, that they should be, you know, inculcating these habits and introducing these meat
Yeah.
eating also, because normally they like chicken.
Yeah.
So sometimes most of the young kids, or particularly girls, they always would be looking for chicken on Eid occasion.
And I
So,
think the healthy eating, of course.
so
is-
we need to promote healthy eating, and definitely goat and, you know, other
Yeah.
beef, which should
And-
be
and I think-
preferred
Yeah, beef
over
is
these
very
broiler,
important.
Yeah.
these
Yes.
broilers. Yeah.
And also include it in, like you said, I think it's very important. Like, you know, I am one of those people who's not, I mean, I like meat, but not, I won't have the kaleji and I won't. So I feel like I want to put that in my daughter's diet little bit as a child, so that she doesn't shy away from,
Yeah.
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 Even I am not a meat lover, like I don't really like meat, but on Eid, that
You're the
special
first
occasion.
Pashtun that I've heard
yeah,
this from.
I know.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Nazisha, I have so many Pathan friends, and they invariably, you
They're
know,
like
if you
meat
have,
lovers.
if they have something at their houses, they have those particular Pathan, you know, those tikkas.
Yeah.
Butter tikka.
The
And,
Pesha-
and
yeah.
namkeen gosht also.
Yes.
Namkeen
Yeah,
gosht
yeah.
also, and the Peshawari tikka, and you know.
Oh, we
the-
love it.
You
and
know a lot about
Yes,
Pathan
yes.
food.
I have lots of friends who are Pathan, and they always get some chicken made for me or something. on the
Okay.
side,
Yeah,
because-
so I am also kinda, you know, more like
You're
a
more
chicken person, not like meat
Okay.
person. But yeah, in like Eid days, especially because the animal, I feel connected with that animal. So Eid is the only occasion when I like meat. Other than that, I don't like meat. Like whole
You
year.
don't. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm the only Pathan
We
that
are
doesn't
very
like meat.
particular meat lovers, because I think we wouldn't be Kashmiris if we
Yeah,
were not
exactly.
eating meat. Chicken is like, what? Is that even meat?
Yeah.
Same
This is
here.
not even real meat.
Yes, and like, you know, both my children, I mean, I struggle with feeding them legumes and vegetables, but when it comes to meat, I don't have any issues. So those Gen Zs are at least not anywhere around me, because most of the children that I know, they will only eat meat.
Okay.
So,
That's a good thing.
so I was like pleasantly surprised to hear that, okay, so some parents are struggling with their children who are not eating meat, because I have the opposite struggles. I like to have some vegetables,
Yeah.
and so I end up cooking very little portion of vegetables only for myself, because my children will not eat dal and vegetables. It has to be meat.
I think it's also that, and you want to, like, of course, encourage children to have both. You know, like the portions
Yeah.
have to
Yes,
be,
yes,
and
so-
that becomes difficult. When
Yeah,
I got
so-
married, I moved to Islamabad. I wasn't here a very long time ago now. But the thing is, and I made a lot of new friends, and a lot of them are still my friends, and they're from Pathan. All of them are still my friends.
Okay.
But you know, they always used to have, like, they would have 2 or 3 particular people who would come from Peshawar to do the, you know, their barbecue, and they were known everywhere. You know, we're calling him, and he's going to be cooking, and I, you know, something, even the smell initially would be something of a challenge for me.
Yeah.
But I think now I've come to that point where I think
Now
I'm in
you
the
can
middle
bear the
now.
smell.
Yes.
For us, of course, I'm also 50% Pathan. For us, there is no concept of life without meat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is all about meat.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
double E or EA. It's all
But
about
Khan
eating
is
or
all
meat.
about meat, I think. Yeah.
I have a niece who says when she's given chicken, she says this is not real meat.
Yeah.
I want that.
That's an intelligent kid right
Yeah.
She makes me proud.
Because I think the Punjabis are more about, you know, Sikh kebab and tikkas also with the chicken,
Yeah.
and more and less about, and you know, maybe mutton, but not so much. So there's a difference, I think, in the Peshawar generally,
There's
like
a
the
difference.
Pathans.
There's a
and-
difference in taste also,
Yeah.
and the
Yes.
way we
Spices.
cook.
Yes, I
Because
think
in Punjab they like more spices,
Yeah.
more chilies,
Yeah.
more fried things with lots of spices.
Yeah.
But in KB, it's just salt and,
And it's the
tomatoes
flavor
and
and
green
black
chilies
pepper
and that's it.
and black pepper, and that's
And
it.
I think the flavor of the meat is very
Oh,
important.
very
So I
nice.
think-
yeah.
And for people who come from the mountainous regions, we like beef because beef is very warm.
Yeah.
So in the plains, we see that people don't really like
Yeah,
beef. For us, like, you know, veal is the preferred kind of meat, which is really good, tastes good as well. But in the plains, I see that it is mostly chicken or mutton.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons is that
I think
very
the
good.
Peshawar weather and
but
the
it keeps you
climate.
very
Yeah.
warm. The soup and everything, and also like, so I was born in Karachi, and so we are very used to eating all the animal, you know, all the organs. They are very tasty.
Yeah.
The way you said it, all
From the head to the tail. I was like, we need to put this out on the Eid show, that, you know, the whole
So
animal
you're
is
a mother's
eatable.
person as well, the
Yes.
brain masala. Yeah.
Brain masala to the tail, and the tail, by the way, has the yummiest meat.
Yes, yes.
It does. It actually does.
Okay.
I think neck and
Too much information.
We had to come to, like, you know, the basic crux of this Eid, which is meat, different parts of the animal, you know, how they taste and what they're used for, and so it, you know, neck meat
This
is
Eid has
especially good
become
for
very
soup.
meaty
Yeah,
to
the
me.
Yes.
Just by hearing it, yeah.
I just want to draw the attention of everybody towards another aspect, which is the, you know, disposal of waste
Yes.
or offals.
Yeah, that's very important.
Normally, public, everybody, what they do is they are so happy and excited in their sacrifice that they take the meat and go inside their houses
Yeah.
and leave all the offals and all the waste outside their houses.
I think
So
that's-
there should be a special message and request from all of us that they should be, you know, taking care of how they dispose of the waste, and so that
I think
yeah.
that's very important, and I think the government also has taken a lot of measures to ensure
Yes.
that,
Yeah,
you know,
they did.
cleanliness and
Yeah, from
hygiene.
last Eid, they have, I think, built a
Yes.
committee under the supervision of AC and chambers people.
Yeah.
So they are taking care of it, and even those people were working on Eid first day and second days in the twin cities to clean all the waste. So I think it's like great measures.
Can I say something?
Yeah, yeah.
There is, it's on the lighter board. Like I was just reading it on social media. Somebody was saying that before Eid there is, you know, we take ice from inside the house and buy meat from outside. After Eid we will be buying ice from outside the house. We will have meat inside the
Yeah.
house, so we should not store the
Yes.
meat.
Yeah.
That's very
We
important.
should be distributing
Yeah.
it.
True that.
And we should not be buying
That's actually
ice
true.
from
ice from
outside.
outside.
That's
We should
every-
have
every Eid
enough
ritual.
space, you know, in our
Yeah.
refrigerators. So we should be very cautious that it eats all this, you know, sacrifices for the, you know, sharing it with others, distribution. So we
Staying
should,
true to the spirit.
yes, we should celebrate this Eid in its true spirits, letter and spirit.
I Sara bhi nahi dena. Don't give all of it. One
Yeah, but
third.
sacrifice
One
is
third
there.
is for
Yes.
people, one third is
Yeah.
for family, and one
Yeah.
third is for me.
Yes.
I think Ran is like a Punjabi thing.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Ram.
It's the whole leg.
It's a thing, right?
Yeah.
To do the whole the leg.
piece.
It's actually quite famous in Balochistan as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
please
yes.
don't
So it's
put, make it very specific area.
To Punjab.
No geotagging.
It's an all Pakistani.
Everybody knows what is Ran, you know.
Yeah.
You name it and we start, like our mouth starts watering.
I can say the same.
We've given so much credit to KP. I wanted to keep some.
Punjab, yeah, because
recipes are
we call it
different.
something else. That's
Okay.
why I don't know
There's
about
more
Ram.
spice, as she said, for
for
once again, it's more to do with the geographical territory. So the mountainous people use less of spice
Okay.
and more of meat. Okay,
Yeah.
and so in the plains there is use of more spice. So
Yeah.
in Sindh and Punjab, you will see that even though the roast is being roasted, but there's a lot more spice as compared to.
There's yogurt and there's the flavors.
There's a lot of spices.
Yeah.
For us, it will be salt. Preferably, I like black salt, and ginger and garlic, and a bit of yogurt, and that's about it. Slow cooked, be it smoke or but it has to be cooked slowly for a few hours, and then it just comes out as
And
the
you know
best.
the two things are
It's
so
the
like
most
I
delicious
literally-
meat. Yeah,
Yes.
my mother used to do that.
I
Yeah.
make it.
Okay, yeah, she does.
You should also share some of the famous popular Kashmiri dishes because they are different from what we eat normally in
But Kashmiri dishes
Pakistan.
are more harissa and
Harissa and there's some other name also, some other dish.
halim. I think
meat.
also and
No,
Harissa is a
harissa
form
is
of
halim, so-
halim.
No,
It's
there
a
is some,
different version
there
of
is
halim.
some other
it's
Yeah.
made differently.
Halim-
Gushtaba.
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 Kashmiri dishes are really difficult to make. So gushtaba, you cannot make it with keema, or it should not go through a machine. You have to beat it. And,
Beat it?
yeah, you have to pulverize it by beating it.
Okay.
And only then do you make these meatballs, which are first boiled and then put into either white or red curry. If it is white curry, it has milk or yogurt. I prefer the tanginess, so I prefer yogurt, but sometimes people add milk as well. So
Okay.
it gives it a sweet flavor to it. So most of Kashmiri foods have dairy products in them. We'll either have cheese, homemade cheese.
See, Farzana is an intellectual, and this intellectualism reflects in her food.
But she's also, I think she's also a foodie because
Yes, I am.
because
I-
she's
I-
You don't look
which
like
is-
foodie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I have it for aesthetics.
Yes, you
What is that? Now we get it. We are
It
supposed to do
really
it.
resonated with me when
We
you
are
said
supposed to do the
aesthetics.
same.
That's the word.
Actually, she was actually portraying the picture of all that delicious food when she was talking about
It's
it.
making me
A
hungry.
very,
Yeah,
very
I
true
know, right?
depiction. I was actually visualizing it, you know.
But you know the food is so different.
So what did
like,
you
all
bring?
over
Sorry,
also.
Mahrukh, to cut you off. What did you bring for us on this Eid day? Because it's Eid day. You are a very good cook. She didn't.
You'll have to invite them.
You shall be remembered.
Next time, Mahrukh, whenever you invite us, also make sure,
Make sure,
like,
yeah.
she, at least brings something.
I'll do that.
And
Because
Mark
now
can
we
bring
know
savaiya.
you're a good cook.
But you know the food all over is so like we talk about all of Pakistan, and if we start from the top to of course like the south or even Karachi and Sindh, the food is so different, and it's even if the same things, but they're cooked like we're talking about in such different ways.
Yeah,
Like even biryani, I feel.
Yeah, but and especially the kadai, chicken kadai is very basic.
Yeah.
But if you go to Murree, their kadai is
all
totally different.
totally different,
When you go to Peshawar, their kadai is totally different. And when I eat it here, it's totally different. So you are right. I think when you like cross around 100 kilometer up and down, so the taste is totally different. I don't know, something about the taste buds maybe.
Maybe,
But yeah, their taste
but
is
even
totally
like
different.
our like the Punjabi biryani is so different from. Essentially, I feel like it's not really a Punjabi dish because palao is more, I think, Punjabi. But
Thank
the
you for
biryani
saying that, because Punjabi biryani, I'm sorry, is not biryani.
is not.
It is something between palao and biryani.
Yes.
It's a nice
mixture of
decent
both.
mix.
It's a hybrid.
To be fair, that's true. And I think that the Karachi biryani, the authentic
actual
Karachi
biryani.
biryani is very different. So,
It is,
so the
and
two
it is.
two are like not. And then also, you know, there's some authentic Karachi Sindh dishes that are so different. Also the raans that have, I don't know if that's Peshawari or Karachi, that have the rice inside them.
Balochi.
They're Balochi,
That's
actually.
Balochi. So there's so much of difference, and
That is
Pakistan is so
called
rich in food.
That is
Yeah.
called khadda kebab.
Khadda. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So
Khadda
speaking
banata.
about
Because we did that, you know, I had, sorry, am I cutting?
no.
Because, you know, my husband is a foodie also, so he, you know, has done this in our house. There's a little pit, and, you know, off and on he gets a whole bakra too,
Yes.
and you know, gets it stuffed with rice, and we're not that many people, but you know, because he
Okay.
loves it and
He likes it,
authentic.
huh.
So
So speaking about biryani versus palau, I mean, there's a lot of people here. I'd like their votes on it because this is something that's, of course, everyone has their own
let's poll
preferences.
around.
can we
Starting
also
from
do
Farzana.
both?
I like both. I shall give my vote to both.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a very palao person and a very biryani person.
Oh, that's nice.
Very
I
rice
would
person.
never disrespect one of
Over
these
the
dishes
other.
for the other one.
Yeah, the love for rice I can understand from
Yes,
this.
but here's the thing. So I
But
like
one
them
or
with
the
sweet
other,
rice.
if you had to choose, one
No,
or
no,
the
no,
other.
no. I like both of them, and I like both of them with sweet rice. So there are
Sweet
three.
rice?
Yes.
Yes,
that's interesting.
Lots of people mix sweet rice and
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
especially in
palao,
Lahore.
and they mix it and they put yogurt on it and they eat.
I don't like it
Seriously.
either.
It is
Yes.
just. It's nice
Yeah,
for
people
who
love
like
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
people
seen
do
many
like
people.
it. Even at my home, people likes it, but I don't, you know, even get the concept of mixing those, you know, two and then.
So like my mother always used to make, my mother is an amazing cook. So she always used to make a really amazing biryani and then meethe chap. So for
Okay.
us it has always been like, you know,
Okay.
something that Ammi has made. And also like we have a different, I'm forgetting the name of that dish. But so what we used to do is, and it's a very Kashmiri way of eating, is that, you know, we have a big thali,
Yeah.
and we keep the food in it, and then everyone eats together.
Oh, okay.
Like
so my
in
father
DI Khan, it is
would give
called
us the
dawat.
first.
Dawat.
In
Yeah.
DI Khan, this dish is called dawat. They put it in a big, you know,
Yes. Eating
big,
together,
big plate,
yes.
and they eat together.
And this
Yes.
is very
It's a
Arabian.
desi chicken
Yeah,
dish.
Because
It's
in
very
Saudi
Kashmiri
Arabia
way as
also,
well, because
Ours
there's
is
generally-
penda, yeah, we do the same
penda or
in
dawat,
which,
yeah.
Yes.
It's like chicken, desi chicken, and then roti you
Which
have
is
to-
put
Oh,
inside.
that
yeah,
is
yeah.
that
Yeah.
is
Then desi
amazing.
ghee,
That
yeah.
is.
Which would go back to the, you know, meat. Cows and goats. See this chickenish thing is oozing out of it. So please
chawal.
delete it.
The meethe chawal, I
Beef
think.
palaus.
Beef pulao and beef biryani.
Mahrukh wants to
The
go
meathe,
to
and,
chawal.
the meathe chawal and the korma.
Korma.
It's a thing.
Chane as well.
Chane,
Yeah,
हाँ,
chane.
it's a
yeah.
thing.
Kabuli pulao. Just
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah.
Kabuli pulao, which is very much Badi Eid's, you know,
Yeah,
dish.
it's a
Yeah.
delicacy.
And it is one of the tastiest, you know, dishes. You really enjoy this Kabuli pulao. It has
Yeah.
its own flavor, and you know, the big chunks of meat and the carrots, caramelized carrots,
Yeah.
and then chanas, and then the kishmish in it.
Yeah, the
wow.
It creates a perfect blend of, you know, that
Yeah.
sweet and
Yes.
that meat
Yeah.
and that all those.
I
So
think
once again,
this-
it's more to do with the northern sides. We do add some dry fruits and all.
Yeah,
of
and
Yeah.
I think this
The kaju and I
Kaju
think you
and
need
yeah.
pistachio also.
Currants.
I think
It's
when
up to
it's
your,
kabuli
yeah,
pulao
yeah,
or when it's biryani, I think it's a complete dish.
Yes.
You don't have to
Yeah.
then cook many
But
other
I don't
dishes.
know why we, you know, actually that's so true that when we're actually cooking biryani, we'll make korma and we'll make the sabzi and we'll actually it is such a rich, complete dish itself because there's already curry in it. There's also, you know,
Everything,
the combination itself. But weird combinations. People have French fries with ice cream also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen someone having ketchup with omelette.
Oh, that's pretty routine.
Not for me.
Jam with egg.
I think
Oh
not
God.
Jam with egg. Oh God, no. Jam with egg.
I have never heard
Of jam with egg, no.
Yeah,
what
I
I've
am
seen
sharing
is like
very
kheer
famous
with naan,
recipes.
kheer
Yes.
with
Kheer with
naan,
naan
which is
also, yeah.
something
that
very,
I've
very
seen,
tasty.
yeah.
Also, the kheers are very different, no?
Yeah.
Like I feel the way the kheers are made in Punjab, they're very different from how
Yeah.
they're made. The mithas are so different.
Yeah.
It also depends on how much time you're spending in making that dish. The taste varies upon the time. So mostly, you know, women, when we're in a hurry, we will use pressure cooker. Food cooked in pressure cooker has a very different taste.
True
that.
It has less of taste. But when you've cooked it slowly, the taste has been enhanced, and it is for sure way better than what we cook in pressure cooker. Although I end up cooking in pressure cooker because I'm always like kind of running around.
You're always in
But
hurry.
slow cooking, you know, like halim, some of the Kashmiri dishes are slow cooked, and they will generally take at least a day. Even
But
for
are
a good
Halims-
nihari, it takes 2 days. Because
What about
you know, 1 day it's
shabdeg also? Shabdeg is also Kashmiri, right?
yeah, it's like
also,
turnips and meat. I
and
mean,
that
like, it's
also
not one
takes
of the most favorite of Kashmiri
Yeah.
dishes, but because it is mostly made in Punjab,
We've gone too high to
I
be
get to
talking
hear
about
that
turnips.
it is like something really amazing. And I'm like,
No, but it also takes it.
She
Like
just
a proper
doesn't know
shabdeg
about
will take
the
a day.
names of dishes. She doesn't know how to cook those.
Yes,
or
but I
how
know
much
all about the
effort
dishes.
is required.
no, but everybody is like, oh my god,
No, but
shabdeg,
I
and
have
I'm
this
like,
skill.
yeah, because turnips, desi zaman we call it thipper. I'm like, thipper gosht, but like everyone's like, it's
and
like.
in Punjabi they say gonglu also.
Gonglu also, yes. But,
Nice
but,
name.
but that also takes 1 day if cooked properly.
It does,
And
it
it's
does.
very yummy if cooked properly and you know,
Yes,
without
yes.
the pressure cooker and without the,
Yeah.
you know, the quickness.
But most of the so you see the Kashmiri menu is called Vazwan, and Kashmiris in our dawat, we don't take the food ourselves. It is served to us in our plate, right? So 4 people, minimum 4 people will be sharing a platter. And the food will be served to them. All the dishes will be served to them separately. You might have seen this maybe in Indian movies. That's
Like a
how
course
Indians do.
meal.
But yes,
Yeah, like a course
Kashmiris, the Vazwan is a course meal, and it ends on gushtaba. Once you are served gushtaba, that means that's it.
Yeah.
No
That's
more
all you get.
expectations. And also,
So
when
what's the
Kashmiris
ingredient
serve
of
food,
gushtaba?
when Kashmiris do dawat or weddings, they will also give you polythene bags, because we feed you so much that you can take that food back to your home.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do
That's
that.
very
It is
Pathan
a
thing.
very
also.
routine thing.
Yeah.
Polythene bags
embarrassed
also
of
are a
that.
Pathan
Yeah,
thing
no. In our weddings, food, you know, is being served on the tables, but mostly people are having their shopping bags so they can, you know, take the food with them to their
Yeah,
homes.
and it's like
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
So I can relate, but I want to know what the gushtaba's ingredients are, because I'm just by name I am not getting what kind of, you know, dishes
So
are.
gushtaba is meat, and it
It's
has
all about meat about it.
Yeah, it's all about me.
and also fat from the meat. Okay, charbi bhi hote hain. So when you're
Okay.
pulverizing it,
Yeah.
Achha,
you
by the
have
way,
to
charbi
add
is
meat.
another thing.
yes.
It's so not Punjabi, the charbi, na? It's very Pathan.
It
the
is very
charbi.
Pathan thing.
So you
Thank
have to sort of
you.
come to
You know,
terms.
there
It's my thing as well.
Thank you.
There is this tikka.
No, but as I had to come to terms with the charbi, you know.
You know, there is one very famous tikka, you know, seef
Patta
kebab,
tikka.
Yeah,
patta
patta
tikka,
tikka.
in which you
That's
wrap
very
it,
famous, and
into
that's
wrap
also
it,
very
you know.
Yeah.
The liver is wrapped in charbi.
No, the
Okay,
meat
now
and
I'm
everything is
getting
wrapped
hungry.
in.
Yeah, patta tikka.
Well, we'll hold that hunger for a moment. We'll take a short break and continue with the Eid festivity and Eid discussions. Stay with us right after the short break. We'll continue with all the wonderful ladies that are present in the studios with us. And once again, Eid Mubarak.